Hello guys, and welcome to episode 5 of my Rome 2 Total War campaign, Caesar in Gaul, playing as the Romans. Today we are going to continue moving about Caesar's army, my first legion, as soon as they have replenished from the fight at Turicum. Then we can possibly move on to attack Raricon, owned by the Sequani. However, I am more likely to send my army all the way back past Octodoron towards the Averni. That way I can take Nemesis and also then move on to Zegodunum and Devona, because all of these places over here declared war on me, all the factions, and I really need to deal with that as soon as possible before they get bold enough to move on Narbonatius, where I have a small garrison force. Now in the meantime, let's have a look at what my spy is doing. She's just going to sit there and, well, I guess I could make her try and assassinate these guys. Try a conceal blade. But unfortunately, my agent was wounded. Okay, well, that serves me right, I guess. And both the armies I have otherwise can't move this turn, so looks like I'm just going to be clicking end turn straight away. So, mission successful. Completely control 3 provinces either by direct ownership or through client states and military allies. And I got 6,500 for that. That's brilliant. All of Gaul is divided. So, now, a new objective issued. Maintained 50 units in total. 5,000 for that, plus bonuses. So, edict issued. Bread and games in Helvetia. That's going to help the public order here, especially with my men recuperating in Turicum. Now, what I can do, because this is now friendly territory, is actually move my men across this territory, and they will still continue to replenish, although at a slower rate. But it will allow me to get back towards Octodoron, where I think I saw an Averni army moving towards last turn. We got +2 cultural influence for my patrician.
What do you wish of me?
And he's going to continue converting the populace near Narbonatius. Then we got war declared between the Sequani and the Averni. Ah, okay. So, with the Averni attacking the Sequani, that may be why there was an army moving in this direction, because the Sequani are here. Interesting. We have money to spend anyway, which is good. It means I can upgrade some stuff and actually continue to improve my chances against the Gauls. So I'm just having a quick look around to see what would benefit the most. Now, possibly upgrading this sacred grove to a grove of nymphs would help a lot, because that would allow this army to be freed up. Then let's go back over to my main settlements, see what we can upgrade these ones to. Not much I can get out of this place. Although, one thing I should probably do, or think about doing, is possibly get rid of this and creating a military building in its place, and then what I can do is use my main provinces to basically recruit soldiers. It might also be worth using some of the money I've got for research. So once this research is finished, the common weights and measures, I will go back to getting support, possibly for Caesar to begin with, in which I can unlock the manipular barracks to get better soldiers. But in the meantime, I might upgrade this herding ground like I was planning to do previously. But I'm going to have to leave the rest as it is and just save the money for now, until I actually need it. So there we go. That will do. Can't move the other 2 armies, so let's click end turn. So an agent recovered. That means I can use her again. So I'm going to send her back towards Zegodunum. Now I can grab Caesar's army. we can head towards the border. I'm actually going to put him in normal stance to begin with, because I'm not sure where the Averni's army is. So I might just scout quickly with this army. See if I can actually get away with moving my first legion in force march stance this turn. Now, I don't necessarily want to go through the Eduard's lands, but I'm going to have to, I think. Probably stop at the border this turn so that I can finish off replenishing the units. Then we got the faction destroyed, the Ruteni, and an inspired populace in Serbia. Okay. So with Pollentia having its building downgraded, I can upgrade either to a field of Mars or a training field. So the training field increases unit morale upon recruitment, so that's useless. I'm going to go for a field of Mars, and in both of these provinces I will now be able to recruit legionaries. Then I'm going to also upgrade to a farm here, and as soon as we can we will unlock mobilized troops, which I think I can probably actually set that to work now, and it will just complete that, and then when I go back, the other one I was researching will only take 3 turns to complete. Please let me know if that's the case in the comments. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm not sure if that's the case. Anyway,
What do you wish of me?
looks like Nabamati is slowly converting. I've moved all my armies again, so once again, clicking the end turn button. So we've been attacked, ambushed by the Averni. Now this was one reason why I was concerned about moving my units in force march stance. However, their army seems considerably smaller than mine, and although I'm being ambushed, I think I will be able to win this battle. It seemed a pretty bold attempt, but looks like we're going to have to fight to the death here in order to destroy the Averni. Now, just as well I've got legionaries because they can quickly form.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
In the right direction. So, let's charge up the hill and kill them. Simple as that. We've got plenty of units coming down behind us, so we're going to have to move some of our legionaries back. It's a bit silly of me probably to charge uphill. Not much I can really do. And to retreat my men on this side so that they are free to engage. Okay, so we've engaged on the hill on here, over here, and over here. We're constantly being barraged by Celtic youths and their units, and my general is being annihilated. That is ridiculous. I'm going to have to get him out of there just in case he gets killed. We're going to use my cavalry in the meantime to take out their skirmishing forces. And then once we're past them there, we can actually charge them in the back. On this side, looks like we've managed to kill off their units that tried to kill my skirmishers.
Horsemen! Ride quickly now!
I'm going to charge into the back of these levy freemen with this particular cavalry unit. Should break them on the flank there, freeing up this legionary unit. See, meanwhile on this side, my cavalry are attacking their Celtic youths. And on this side, we've completely overrun the enemy nearly.
Battle ready!
So now we're going to grab all my men and tell them to attack the spear nobles. Crush their morale.
Horsemen!
We need to stop the onagers firing, because they are currently now firing into my friendlies more than they are the enemy.
The men are wavering. Charge! The riders advance!
I'm not sure where those riders were, the ones that are depleted. Oh, they're actually out of the way, so that's not too much of a concern. And we've got my legionaries charging down the hill, along with my Celtic warriors. And, well, we've won the day. So we can end the battle there. Decisive victory. 451 losses for ourselves and 1,906 for the enemy. And they actually seem to have a lot more skirmishes than it seemed, but maybe that's just because I was ambushed and I was trying my best to keep my men on the right course to victory. But anyway, that's going to give us a lot of experience for my men, and has completely wiped out the enemy army. Bravo, let's kill the captives. So the turn has ended. Let's go back to Caesar. His men has slightly replenished. And we're now, from now on, we're going to move in normal stance towards the enemy. Now we can't replenish in this land, so what I might have to do is go to force march stance and actually move towards my friendly men.
Ready for further orders.
And I can replenish inside of their lands.
Advance.
So that will help out in that situation. Now in Arbor Martius, we can probably get away with upgrading this to a Roman village, because it doesn't introduce any squalor. It will only give me more money and a higher garrison for if it gets attacked. Then elsewhere, I'm thinking about moving the army out of Octodoron, if I can get away with it. I can. And I'm going to move him into the province of Serbia. And here I'm going to recruit legionaries. Now, he is stood on a mountain pass, which means he is suffering from attrition, but it's not too much of an issue because I'm not going to be using him for a while. Now, still converting the population here. It's currently going down by like 2% a turn, which is not very much, but better than nothing, I guess. But that's all again done. So let's click end turn. So Segedunum, their armies have moved away. We've also got the Allobroges helping us with the Averni. It looks like they're sending an army towards them. Not too much of an issue. Right, let's have a look at Caesar again after I stuck this patrician onto administration. I actually forgot to do that previously. Let's have a look at Liguria with a warm summer. Another one in Narbonensis. A construction report finishing the Field of Mars in Genoa. Okay. And we have a trait gained +4 cultural influence for my patrician. That is brilliant, because that's going to really help with the culture conversion. Okay, so with Caesar's army now, let's go back to normal stance and head towards the Averni.
We take this settlement for Rome.
Now this is going to be a very hard battle at Nemesis, because if you look, they actually have a huge amount of men there. An entire army to match my own. Could be very interesting. Hopefully the power of my legionaries will help me win the day.
How can I be of assistance?
My spy I'm going to leave to do nothing this turn.
Your command.
And my other two armies, again, can't really do much. This guy possibly could recruit more men though, so I'm going to do that. We need to basically get a secondary big army to use against the enemies while Caesar is busy, because at the moment I can only attack one province at a time, and it's going to waste a lot of time if I'm going to do it that way, so I need to have multiple armies so it's much more efficient. Now next turn my technology will be finished, so when he's standing here, hopefully I will have completed the mobilized troops technology. In order to get a manipular barracks, I'll build that in Vercellum or Medlan, and this army will be able to recruit from it. In the meantime, down at Narbe Martius, they will just have to wait. So we've completed our technology as I planned, and we can now go for mobilized troops. It's going to cost me 1,600. But something that's really strange is the Averni has moved away their massive army from Nemesis, leaving me in a perfect place to take it over this turn. So that's what I'm going to do. So they're defending with Celtic tribesmen and Celtic skirmishers, and their reinforcements are Levy Freeman, a general with Oathsworn, and mercenaries. So not too much to be concerned about. I have my ballistas and Ornigas to break down the walls, even though I will have some ladders, but that's not exactly what I'm going to use. So let's jump in and take Nemesis for ourselves. Now one thing I didn't notice was that the Claws van Data, which is a army of the Allobroges, is actually reinforcing me in this particular battle. Coming to my aid, which is brilliant. I think that's awesome. It's not often that you see yourself get any help in this game from AI players. But in this case we have, so we may as well use it to our advantage. I'm just going to break down the walls. Hopefully they will charge through and kill everyone for me. We will have to wait and see, because most likely they will try and burn down the gates and get half of their army killed before even being able to walk inside. But never mind. It's not my army. They will replenish in their own time. Just spacing out my men, ready to run through onto the breach. So let's start. We will take down a couple of these walls, and then we'll charge through.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
But pray for the strength to do your duty. Now, to arms.
Well, hey, right. So here's my legionaries waiting for the walls to be broken down. That was pretty cool, actually. As I was moving along, those catapults firing over the top of my men. So that's currently 30% wall damage on the left. On the right we have 40% wall damage. So we're going to have to charge uphill into their settlement, which isn't ideal. And it looks like we're going to be peppered by these Celtic skirmishers on the right as we are doing so. Now the reinforcing army has come in over here. It might be a good idea to cut these off. And that's what I'm going to do. Because they're going to have to come over here and go in this gate. But I'm not going to let them do so. And they're only walking, so it's going to give me time to reform my men.
Ready for battle!
And also, over here we have our reinforcements coming. A horde of Gallic warriors.
The walls are breached.
So, 2 walls down. Let's get my Onagers and Ballistas to fire on the same wall now, and we'll break down its middle bit, and then that'll make a huge ramp for us to just run up. Legionaries have reformed. I got charged by some Gallic light horse straight into the front of my legionaries, who were luckily stationary, I believe. But now these Gallic light horse are going to die because they took a lot of damage from my skirmishers.
Aye! Skirmishers!
Got my Celtic skirmishers, hopefully gonna throw some javelins soon. There we go. My AI has also brought over some horses to help out.
Are breached.
So let's charge towards the enemy and engage them. Throw the Pila.
One of our units
I'm going to turn off formation attack.
Legionaries!
That should make it very easy for us to kill their entire army.
Quick march! Orders understood!
Okay, now we're being attacked from range by these Gallic hunters and slingers, so we're going to get my cavalry to advance.
Riders!
And we will run those down.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
They aren't going to enjoy this.
Horsemen!
Wow. It's a lot of cavalry just annihilating the enemy. We're going to also engage the Celtic slingers behind. Run them down as well. And after they're all dead, our cavalry can chase down the fleeing men. Now, it's not often that I actually get to use cavalry in a siege battle, so that was pretty epic. Continue with the charge on these levy freemen. And that's a lot of dead men. Although these Oathsworn are still carving up my men, which is something I would rather not see happen.
Is dead.
But it looks like he's died. Thank God. So they will likely rout now, as those men are very powerful. I'd rather not have them stick around.
At your service! Super gives us strength! Horsemen!
Let's get the cavalry to charge back onto these levy freemen who can't decide where to go because of all my cavalry.
Kill, kill, kill! Riders! Forward!
We should kill them all. There's a lot of men being engaged. Okay, now we can go back to the serious matter of going up the walls. Now I'm not going to do so with this 51 unit of legionaries. That will never end well, let's be honest. They can stay back, and the legionaries with 86 men can also do the same. Now, I'm not sure where my Onagers and Ballistas have been firing in the meantime, but I forgot to turn them off fire at will, which means they have just been firing towards probably these men on the walls. Now, my ally has taken the initiative and actually ran through the gap that I made, but they are also trying to burn down the front gates, like I said they would. Completely pointless, in all honesty. So I think my cavalry are just about finished. The allies sent over some horses to help out, but probably not needed. That is a lot of dead Averni though. Okay, so let's grab these men. I need to group them up so that I know which ones are which. And we can charge onto the breach. They can be reinforced by my Celtic skirmishers. And I can also charge forward my Celtic warriors to help out. I'm gonna get Caesar to slowly walk forwards like a badass. Follow his army to the fight. Now it looks like they have managed to rout some of my allies' levy freemen. Hopefully they won't affect the morale of my legionaries by running through them. These Celtic tribesmen, though, are no match for legionaries. They are basically farmers. If any of you watch my Iceni campaign, that's what they are the equivalent of.
Skirmishers! Legionaries! Legionaries!
The enemy have taken a tower.
Double! Melee infantry!
Okay, so Celtic skirmishers are actually coming off the wall now. And I have engaged them with my legionaries on this side, while my legionaries engage ahead. Turning off formation attack again.
Melee troops! Legionaries!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
I'm going to retreat this legionary unit so it doesn't die. I'm not sure what they got hit by. Probably enemy skirmishers.
Legionaries!
This is a crazy battle, very clustered, but all over the place really. Like, a lot of my men are isolated behind the enemy lines, which I think is pretty cool. It's a lot more realistic than it normally is in that respect.
Advance at speed!
Now I'm going to have to charge in my Celtic warriors to help out killing these Celtic slingers and Celtic skirmishers, because they are annihilating my legionaries, which isn't exactly what I planned for. Killed the majority of their tribesmen though now, and it looks like the rest of their men have routed and I have won the day. Now I took a lot of casualties in that battle, but as you can see there is plenty more Gauls dead than my own. So, we're going to end the battle there. Close victory. 658 losses for myself, 716 for my ally, and 2,454 for the enemy. A crushing blow there. So now we're going to loot the settlement, possibly. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to occupy it, because if you loot it, then you retreat from the settlement and you don't take it for yourself. And I don't want to give the opportunity to my ally to take it for themselves, so I'm going to occupy it.
Commander, ready for
Bravo.
orders.
Now we're going to sit here and wait for the Averni to come back and attack us again, because that's what they're going to have to do to take back their homelands. In the meantime, we can convert these buildings to our own. I'm actually going to probably get rid of the field, and I'll change it into a military building. And I'm going to repair this barbarian city so that I can convert it. Okay, so another settlement added to the rest. So let's have a quick look at my agent, sitting right by Sego Dunham, which has 0 men defending it. Now I'm incredibly tempted to move upon it, because that is the case. However, Kiilstofte are only a little bit away with their armies. If I send the army from Narbo Martius towards Sego Dunham, then possibly next term I'll be able to jump into that settlement before the Kiilstofte manage to attack me. It looks like what's happened is the Kiilstofte have moved their army out and taken Devona for themselves. leaving Segodunum completely exposed.
How can I serve?
Okay. Maybe we'll be able to take advantage of that. In the meantime, this army, I'm going to leave where he is. Actually, I'll probably move him off the mountain pass just in case it goes winter again. And once the research is complete, we can begin to build a manipular barracks, which will allow me to build legionary cavalry and Celtic warriors. But that has unfortunately been my time. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. We've had a couple of epic battles, one with the ambush, and the second being taking over the Avernus homeland. So, well, I think we've done very well today, and I have definitely enjoyed playing it. So thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.